Thank you and welcome to today's episode. So, today I am going in a completely different direction in the conversations we are having on this channel. I will go in the direction of the 5 P's. The 5 P's are a combination of 5 words we use to, you know, guide our thought process. The 5 P's is a combination of 5 words that starts with P that we use to, you know, to some reasonable degree, calibrate our, you know, modes of operation, our modus operandi. What are these 5 P's? You will get to hear them as we continue in this video. Look at this. As I'm recording this video, I have a few friends of mine in this studio as we speak. I have Mr. Godwin with me. I have David, my friend, with me, and I have Flourish, the troublesome Flourish, causing trouble all the time. Okay. Okay. Flourish is actually a positive feminist. She stands her ground. Okay. You are not going to take her for granted. She will make you recognize that she's present. You don't, if you dare her, she will dare you. Okay. So I thought to go in a different direction because the last time we tried to do something related to this, we were embarrassed by a school. Yes, we were embarrassed by a school. A school went to the police to, project the ideology that the kind of books we are giving to children are way beyond them. So right now, we have decided to go in a different route. Good. We try to interact with students to know the ideas that are formulating, that are being impacted on them at the formation stage of their life. We try to interact with these children. Now, the only way we can have this interaction is if we are able to speak the language of the children. Now, if there is a way to speak the language of the children, we speak their language. Now, with the language of the children, we'll be able to assess their own mindset. We'll be able to know what they need and what they want. We'll be able to know their gift set. We'll be able to know how to, engage them in tapping into their skill set. We'll be able to know how to provide for them the tool set they need. It is access into their mindset that helps us guide them with the materials we present to them. A practical illustration is this. I had a conversation with Mr. David, who is sitting right beside me here, or rather the other side of this video, and Mr. Godwin, who is directly opposite me as I speak. I had a conversation with them when they came back from school the other day, and the conversation was in this direction. They picked it up that a teacher of theirs said something like this: prayer prevents prayer and preparation prevents poor performance. Prayer and preparation prevents poor performance. That's 5P, right? Good. Now, I told them that there is nothing like that. There's no such thing as prayer and preparation prevents poor performance. Rather, what did I tell you guys?
Proper preparation prevent poor performance.
Beautiful. I told them that it is actually proper preparation that prevents poor performance. Now, I made them to understand that that proper preparation we are talking about has to do with getting mastery. I took them on a little interaction to make them understand why it has to be so. Now, look at this. In the continent of Africa, we are peddling a very obsolete ideology. I say obsolete. We are peddling a certain ideology that is in a kind of way keeping our people in a rat race, in a circle. We are peddling an ideology that are placating our people, that are making them happy in their suffering, in their impoverished state. Now, we do this with every means possible. We do it with our curriculums, with our theologies. We do it by the best ways possible, and we are happy we are doing it. Unbeknown to us, it is hurting us. It is dealing with us. It's messing up our systems. It's messing up our future. It is. Now, for posterity's sake, please pay attention to this. Vision matters the most. And the environment with which we grew up in, the associations, the conversations that we have growing up will form the basis of our primary thought process. Yes. Yes. It will also determine the possibility of catching reasonable or, maybe myopic or something monumental in the form of vision. All of these are incorporated. Now, watch this. When a child grows from a very seriously religious environment, you see the possibility of finding them in the evangelism, in the fivefold ministry. You find them, either this one is an evangelist, an apostle, a teacher, a pastor, in the fivefold ministry. That is the possibility that will happen in that child's life, no matter the environment they find themselves, even if they find themselves in a business environment. Yeah, because you can see them turning out, the evangelists, they're becoming dangerous bestseller marketers and advertisers and all of that, So look at this. In Africa, the degree with which we have clutched to the Christian theology is messing with us. Now, it is the, what will I call it now? Femi Otedola said he will not stop. I might not get the direct wordings, that he is not stopping until everyone in Africa is out of poverty. This is like a life goal. Now, watch this. Someone said that he can only feel fulfilled when everyone in Africa comes out of poverty. Now, another prominent person with whom we hold on a very high esteem in the Christian community made a vision that is available to you as you are listening to. You can Google it. His mission and vision statement is to have a church building in every 5 minutes drive. To have a church planted every 5 minutes drive in our nation, in Africa and across the globe. Now, one is targeting at eradicating poverty through a tested and trusted means, through a proof and evidence, which is also being manifested in his own children. Now, another is projecting something like church buildings every 5 minutes drive across the nation. You see that these visions are different. But one thing we must understand is this. There are people that will solve problem from the root cause, and there are people that will solve problem from the symptom phase. Now, we need to understand that the religious organizations, as we have come to see them today, are trying to solve the problem from the symptoms, not the root cause. These are different levels of solving problems. Some are placating, some are romancing us, some are making us happy in pain, some are using the grace thing to make a mess of people's mindset, and some are doing the job. Now, you might be like, I am trying to go extreme in my illustrations. Few days ago, I think it was from Premium Times or so, we read that a certain pastor in the East, Pastor Jerry Eze, is the highest paid YouTuber in Africa. about 1.94 million daily, 7.9 million, I think, weekly, and 47 point something million, I think, yeah, within that range. These are millions that he earns daily. That was the rating. Now, the question goes in this direction. Is Pastor Jerry Eze a content creator? Wallace D. Wattles, in his book, wrote the first quote saying, "No man can fulfill purpose without being rich." Now, the platforms with which Jerry Eze is making this money that he's been attributed as rich is YouTube, where YouTube pays him. He manifests riches on earth by, definitely going into philanthropy, poverty alleviation scheme, and all the rest of this. You see that the quality, the amount he's making determines what he is, executing in physicality. So somehow, to some reasonable degree, we will see that this result, this money he is making now, is what we are using to quantify the level of grace, the level of manifestation he is exhibiting, right? Now, should we now make the case that the children of those in the business arena are doing better? If we make such case, what will it sound like? Wait a minute. If you are the son or daughter of the most prominent preacher in Africa, I challenge you to this, and you have 2,000 followers on your social media platforms, knowing that everyone is on the social media platforms, you have only 2,000 or 200,000. You have only 200,000. And the son or the daughter of a business magnate has up to 8.8 million, 1 million, 5 million, 6 million, and above. Between these two children, who will make greater impact and who will have greater influence? Even if the child of the so-called religious personality who has absolute truthful principles, the so-called children will be super limited in the number of youths or the number of people they can influence positively to bet something monumental. Now, if God forbid the information in the hand of the children of the business magnate is not quite ideal, automatically the society will be left messy. That's what it means. That's what it means, because people move by the information available to them. So if the children of the world has better access of disseminating information and making the most out of it, let us also understand that they will have greater influence in the world. Now, if we hide under our daddy's umbrellas and stick to fulfilling the purpose of our fathers, because each and every one of us has a purpose to fulfill on earth, if we hide under such umbrellas, let us understand that we are not justifying the aggregation. We are not. We are not. If we know that we must be rich to fulfill our purpose, that we must have access to resources to be able to sustain our assignment here, I think it begs that we begin to understand that there are always going to be two ways to everything and two sides to every coin. It is either the head or the tail. So if those leading are in the business arena, let those in the church environment even market the mindset and be able to project it in the manner that it will penetrate every nook and cranny. What we need are ideas that are working. Making it big as a document has stood in a position of authority. Yeah, the document is standing in a position of authority to rewire the mindset of African youth. Yes, we should be able to, project documents like this. That's it might do us good, not just these religious patterns that has held us back, that has kept us in a circle. If we are doing our mathematics, let us do it very, very well. So thank you guys, and See you in my next episode where I will also go in a different direction. I love you guys. Bye for now.